Christ, nearly tripped over the wire. I've not put my magic things on.
Or it could be the magic things. Or it could be
Magic.
that's not really gonna put you to sleep, is it?
What?
I've lost one of them.
What?
The green one. Nah, the green one.
Have you?
I remember kept
lost
catching
it.
it. I kept catching. So that little bit there.
You've lost it.
There was a jumper I was wearing and I kept catching it. I was like, I'll take it off because then I was going swimming as well. I was like, take it off.
Yeah.
And I've put it in a bag.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
Oh no, Sam will be so upset.
Oh, it is around. I've not lost it.
He bought one. He bought one for me, you, him, and your sister, and they're all the same. Have you lost the one that I bought you for Christmas?
No.
I know I'm still going.
I've actually only taken it off once.
Have you? Wow.
Shows you how much I've been swimming. Once. Yeah, I take it off when I'm in the pool.
You wear it in the bedroom?
Yeah. Why? What's wrong with that? Why are you making that weird?
I don't know. Just like, I don't know. Would your brain not look down and just think?
Well, now I'm gonna have to take it off in the bedroom. Oh, you ruined it for me.
I'm so sorry. I like to think that it didn't bother you and to have a little have a little piece of me with you by your side. I'm glad that it didn't.
Right, so I'm sorry. 2 seconds. Just take it off.
Well, no, it's just the thought of. You just put that on for me. It's just the thought of you standing there naked with nothing on but your little bicycle bracelet that I bought you for Christmas. Do you know what we're going to start with this week?
We went. Welcome back to the #1 recruitment background noise and got straight into talking about bracelet in bed.
Bracelet in bed. Well,
sorry, you were going to say
I don't wear I take mine off every night.
you take yours off every night.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the other night I had it on so tight, my hand was hurting. It woke me
Why
up.
don't you just loosen it?
Well, I don't know. I was just like, well,
You went. Oh, fucking! I do this every week.
Have you spilled coffee?
Yeah.
Do we need to pause for that? Is that going to bug you for
It's
the rest
only on me.
Nah, you're right. Yeah, I take mine off every night, and then I because the other night it was like it's going to bug you, innit? You spilled coffee, right? We'll have a little break. We've done 3 minutes 45 seconds. Congratulations. I could tell that it was bugging you. I could see on your face. I was like, "This is."
I'm back. Sorry, that was a bad start, wasn't it? It wasn't bug.
Have you spilled it again?
No, it wasn't bugging me. It was just the fact that it was all around my hand and like.
So it was bugging you. You can't say it wasn't bugging me, but
well, when you said, "Is it bugging me?" I was looking at it. I was like, "Nah," but then.
So it was bugging you, basically.
Right. Anyway,
we're going to start this week with podcast feedback.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, we've had Adam's messaged us, and
it can't. Yeah, it can't get any worse than
just Mitch.
Yeah, you're the reason why podcast
equipment should be more expensive. Maybe that could be our tagline.
We're the reason.
Gig it a rest. The reason podcast equipment should be more expensive.
Yeah, I actually like that. We should actually roll with that. That's funny.
You like it? What? You sound surprised that we're funny.
Yeah, that's really funny.
There you go. New slogan, new tagline. Gig it a rest. The reason podcast equipment should be more expensive. Brackets. Great background noise for recruiters.
Yeah.
Got to get recruitment in there.
I'll stick it on LinkedIn
someday.
today. I'll be like, what's the feedback? Our new tagline.
But Adam has said, "You're doing a great job, mate. I watch the podcast every week. You and Andy have great chemistry together. That's cute."
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's that, Adam?
Adam, yeah.
Oh, cheers, Adam.
He listens every week, so...
Love that.
Well, no, if he does, because if he doesn't get back to... If he doesn't pick up on
So we're just
that,
testing it?
Yeah, we just do a little test.
Was just the one feedback?
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, I've had some more feedback.
Do one a week.
I've had some more feedback, right? So I'm keeping... I'm going to do a little section for podcast feedback. Now, if I get little bits of feedback about you, because people have been saying how great you are and how, like... I was going to say much of a prick I am. But people are giving it that vibe of Andy's lovely and shame about you. So the latest one I've had is someone said you two are like Sam Thompson and Pete Wicks. Have you seen those two?
I know who Pete Wicks is. Who's
Sam Thompson? He won the Jungle. They've got a podcast called Staying Relevant. Don't know who Sam Thompson is. He won.
What this year?
Nah, last year, but very recently. He was in there with Tony Bellew and he was in there with was it?
Sounds. He's not the one with ADHD. Is
Yes.
he is.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, I know. Are you the one with the ADHD?
Yes. But the description of you was you're Pete Wicks if he loves cycling and has found endorphins. That was the feedback that I got on you.
Love that.
So good start to this week.
Good starts this week.
Yeah.
In terms of what?
I mean, just like this little 4 minutes.
Oh, you like it? Apart from me spilling the coffee,
We've learned. Yeah, but that's to one side. We've had positives. We've you always wear your bracelet. That's a big win. Great feedback from Adam. You give off Pete Wicks vibes.
The thing is, the fact you've spoken about that on the podcast, Lucy's like, mate, you got your bracelet
on. Next time. Or,
so,
I'm really sorry. I shouldn't.
I'm gonna have to bin it.
I shouldn't do these things. But yeah, no, good starts this week. Have you had a good week, mate? Didn't see you last weekend, did I?
No. It was a good weekend.
Cheers.
Oh right. Yeah, it's a good weekend. Just did the usual, obviously on my bike on Saturday morning.
Nice.
Then it was supposed to be a chill weekend.
Out with the club.
Yep. Yeah.
How far did you go?
For 40-something miles.
40-something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just nothing, is it? Just for that. If it's in the 40s.
It was quite chilled. It was because the weather wasn't great, so I think everyone looked out the window and kind of binned it off.
Right. How many did you get there?
There was only 14 this week.
Still. But across all the groups.
There's 2 groups, yeah. Just 2 groups of 7.
Right.
But then the week before there was probably 40.
Right. Okay.
Or more.
So 14 is a poor turnout.
Yeah. But it looked like it was going to rain all day, so I thought about it. But no, it was good. There was a new member there, so I was, it's always nice to chat, give it the old shit chat.
Yeah. Is it all just cycling related though? Do you walk up to them and be like, "Oh, nice bike"? Like, how does that?
Nah, the group that I went out with there, it's more kind of like just nice chat. But if I go out with my normal group, it's like,
what tyres you got?
Or what tyres you're running? It's like, yeah.
Do they actually ask
what
tyres?
Oh, yeah.
What tyres you're running?
Not. They are normal people as well. It's not just.
In my head, they're not.
Nah, yeah.
In my head, they're not. They're just like. They live in a bike shop.
But they're good people to know as well. Like if there's anything I'm ever like.
Well, to be fair, I'm feeding off that at the moment. I'm feeding off the fact that you.
Luke crashed on his bike a fair few months ago, didn't he?
Yeah, hit the deck. Yeah.
And like warped his tyre. It was like I don't even know how you were still on it. And then I fixed it last week, and then
realised more was broken.
Then realised that it actually like snapped the whole gear mechanism. Don't know how I didn't notice, but I don't know how you didn't notice.
Well, I did notice because the gears stopped working. Yeah. That's how I noticed. And then I brought it around here because I was like, the gears don't work. And then you were like, no, they're fine, mate.
They must have just been weirdly aligned again.
Yeah. And then you fixed it. Bless you. No, but I do appreciate
I'll be back in action
But
soon.
cyclists in my head, like I guess runners are the same. Sarah's the same with running.
Yeah.
Just always talks about running. Like she did the splits and hills, and like her and her dad did the it's quite cute actually. She does a lot of running with her dad, and he's in his mid-60s, and he's still, do you know what, fair play to him. He does like ultras and still gets after it, right?
Yeah.
And when I saw him run an ultra once, he set off and he had a limp like you wouldn't believe, and I thought, this has got tragic written all over it. But he still did it.
Yeah.
He must have warmed.
Did he come in limping as well?
No,
did it disappear?
He flew in.
Yeah, he shook it off.
He shook it off, yeah. Whatever it was. 3rd-degree burns. He shook it off by the end. But
he started worse than he finished.
Oh, yeah. He had to grease the hinges for sure. Right. Like when he started across the line, I thought, Jesus, is he going to be all right? But he just charges through. So fair play. And they did the Watford half marathon.
Oh, nice.
They did the Watford half, and I went and met them afterwards, and they're just talking about the course in so much detail that you're like,
really?
You just love running too much. Like, oh yeah, there's this hill coming out at the start, and then there's this hill, and then there's this hill, and this hill's too steep, and then there's this one that on the way down, you like, it's not that steep, so you can make a bit of time back on that one. And I'm just like, all right, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they know all of their different routes as well. So they're like, oh yes, so then we're going to do the Marlow this, and then we're going to do the Brentford this, and we're going to and they're just going through all of them. And you're the same with tyres.
With cycling.
Yeah. You're the same.
Yeah, I'm not that level with running.
No.
But cycling, yeah, I'd get excited over hills and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you get so excited on the hills that you go out to beat any hill that I might have a better time on.
Yeah.
There was one. I beat you once.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can roughly give you the date. It would have been October 2023.
What, that I beat you?
No, that I beat you up the hill round the back of Ivanhoe.
Right.
And I beat you that day, and and I was like, do you know, because I always sit behind you on the hills, and I thought I've got a little bit in it, but if I'm going to commit to the overtake, it's trouble because that's going to light a fire in you.
Yeah, yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, you're going to. That day you cheered me on.
That day,
I was like, he's not got it in him.
No,
you were like, go on, mate, go on, attack it, and I was like, he's not got it.
You knew,
I'm in the clear.
Yeah.
And then about 3 months,
rebooted.
And about 3 months later, you jumped on a call on a Monday morning.
Was it that long?
Do you know how long it was?
No.
No, I don't. You do, don't you? You know, it must have been scratching at you.
I was going to bed like that,
looking at your cycling bracelet, just like he's got me. So that was the one hill, and then one Monday morning, you jumped on and you were like, "Mate, bad news," and I thought you were going to say like, "Giig self-combusted and everything's gone to shit," and you were like, then you sent me the fact you beat me up that hill. I was like, "You fucker."
It beat your time.
So I'm back to 0 hills. 0 hill champion over here. I'll get you one day.
You should find one and just keep at it.
No, because the only way I could do that is if logistically it's a fucking nightmare for you. So if I go to like the Highlands,
if you go out that way of Aylesbury,
you won't.
So it takes me ages to get there.
By the time you get there,
it's also got to be a substantial hill. You can't be like, oh yeah,
the Aylesbury Mound.
Yeah, the Aylesbury Mound. It's like kids walking up it.
Me giving it large ones.
Yeah.
Sweating cobs.
Yeah, you're like these little kids walking past you.
But no,
yeah,
that was good. So yeah, your weekend cycling.
That, and then it was Matt's birthday, so I actually ended up going
I need to text him. I completely missed that.
Oh, you melon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his birthday, so I went round there and he's had his. So I met his 2 best men.
Okay.
I've met his best man's Matt, and then Jeremy.
Yeah. There's a lot of Matts in that group. Isn't there?
Yeah. So I know Matt, but Jeremy I've not met before. So he's from South Africa. He's really cool, nice guy.
Isn't Arius a best man as well? I completely got that wrong.
He's a groomsman.
Oh right, I thought Arius was the best man.
No, so he's got 2 best men and then groomsman. So Arius was there as well, and then Rachel.
Nice.
So yeah, it was fun. It was a really funny evening. And then Rachel and Arius stayed a bit later, so we were playing games. We were playing Beat That. You remember the game with the chopsticks and the?
Oh yeah.
We played here.
Yeah.
New Year's.
Yeah.
Really funny.
The one where you let out a cheeky fart because you were concentrating.
Yeah.
Concentrating.
One of the rounds was like you had to gargle. You had to put water in your mouth and then gargle and say someone's name, and then everyone had to point at whose name you said. If someone got it wrong, they're out.
Okay.
And as soon as I went first, as soon as I put water in my mouth, I was like laughing. Like I wanted to laugh because everyone's looking at me. And, oh God, because I hadn't tried it, so I didn't know how it was going to sound. And I really struggled. And then we were like, "Oh, let's just all do it, give it a go, just to see, And I certainly, I wasn't the only one that struggled.
Right.
If not, I was one of the better ones. So yeah, it was very funny.
All right, calm down.
Yeah. Well, Matt,
you're so competitive, smashing me on the hills, worried about the gargling.
Nah. But like Matt's attempt was like, I don't know what he was doing. Like, he was like, looked like he was going to drown.
You just go into panic mode, don't you?
Yeah.
I like Rachel though. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing Rachel at the wedding or whenever I bump into her because I've not seen her in years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's a good vibe. She was always a good vibe.
Yeah.
She was always.
So yeah, that was my weekend really, and then I took Lucy. Well, I say it's like she's a dog, but I took Lucy out for a run. Didn't mean it. Sorry.
Did you throw sticks for her?
Yeah.
When you're out.
Trouble is, she doesn't bring them back. She's not. I've not trained her.
Right. Okay. You need to
right.
Let's No, you dug this hole. And do you know what the fucking silly thing is? If you didn't say like I'm treating her like a dog or whatever you said at the start, I wouldn't have even picked up on it. But now whenever I see her post to Strava, I'm just gonna think,
Oh, dog walk.
Dog walk. I'm going to comment on it. Oh no,
I
that's
do,
horrible.
I do want to.
That is horrible. If I started commenting on a Strava saying dog walk, people would be like, "Who is this?" You know, when it's like an inside joke.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. No, do you know what though? To be fair to her, she did really well.
Yeah, we did. She does little runs, but we did 14 kilometres, which is
decent.
Just kind of easy through the mud as well. So it wasn't like, it was quite slippy and foggy. And
was she good vibes?
Good spirit. Yeah.
Did she enjoy it? Nice.
I loved it.
Oh, that's good.
So
because I saw her post it on she's like prolific, isn't she, on the gram? And I must have seen something on the gram.
Ish. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, if you ever want to see what I'm up to, you might as well follow her.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? I connected with her the other week when I was here.
Yeah, she's she does it. I don't really do it, so or post just Strava as well.
We've not had any Lucy chat in a while. Feels nice to get back into the Lucy chat.
Yeah, I
thought something might have gone awry with the pair of you, but
no. But no, that was my weekend. It was good.
Very nice.
How was yours?
Seeing people actually.
Seeing people.
Yeah, saw people at the weekend. Saw a good friend of ours on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Another one through the kind of camping community, skiing community.
Yeah.
Really good to see her. She's been travelling for like yonks,
like
over a year, so I've not seen her in ages. You know, it was that moment when I saw her and I was like, I've not seen you since like that time before you left in the pub. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, since you left, I've not seen you. But she seemed really good, actually.
Good.
Yeah, she seemed really good. She just seemed in a really good place, and she just she's got a good little thing going on with the job at the moment. She's got a new fella, Pierre. Love that stereotypical French name.
Yeah, so French.
Yeah,
love it.
So yeah, she's all shacked up with Pierre. She was good vibes. So I went and watched the rugby with her on Saturday night, which was good.
Oh, great game!
I know,
great game.
Yeah, unbelievable. I didn't give us a hope in that game against France.
Did you not?
No,
we played well against Ireland. I thought.
I didn't watch it enough to comment. It was like on in the background, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was right. And then I met Hayley and Rowan on the Sunday. We went out Chipping Norton again. We just love Chipping Norton apparently.
Oh right,
with them two.
Yeah, Chipping Norton.
Me and Rowan shared a Sunday roast.
Shared?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Well, in this place it was.
Oh right, but it was a Sunday roast for two people.
Yeah, it was like a Sunday roast. It was like a Sunday roast platter, and
Rowan. We're talking like 3 meats.
Yeah, all the meats.
All the meats.
Chicken, beef, pork with a big load of crackling on it.
Turkey.
Might have had a little bit of Turks in there as well.
Turks.
Yeah. A bit of Turks. Some serious Yorkshire puds as well.
Yeah.
Palm them off on him because I'm dodging the milk.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, "You have those, lad." He put them away. Snips and spuds.
Sausages, little.
Nah.
No sausages.
Nah, sausages.
Stuffing.
No stuffing. Big red cabbage vibes.
Bags of red cabbage.
They brought it out. I sat down and I was like, "Oh, they do a sharing platter for two." And Ryan was like, "I'm in." Like it was like very decisive, very alpha, very like done. Meat on a platter. Let's go. And they brought it out, and I was like, "Oh,
really?
Here we go."
Did you get a picture of it?
I didn't actually.
They'll do it. I'm sure.
No,
I don't think
we did. But
that sounds unreal.
That was really good. And then we went for a walk. Their dog is like a full-size dog now. They've got a new dog, and he's a big dog now.
He's a big dog.
Like I'd say this is the first time I've seen him that he's full size. Before,
is that full size big, or are you saying what do you mean by that?
Well, you're the dog expert. You tell me.
Is it a small, medium, or large dog?
I would say. Well, is that subjective, or is there actual brackets to small, medium?
I think there is there's actual measurements. I think
I would say large, but I'm a small human, so I don't know if he's probably as big as me.
Oh, that's large then.
Right.
You don't get many dogs bigger than you.
Well, I would say.
Could you ride it?
I would say if I stood up. Hang on. Could I ride him?
Yeah.
Probably have a go. Yeah. If I stood up, I reckon if he comes up, he's probably.
What?
When he stands on his
when
he stands on his back legs.
I was going to say that's a fucking horse.
He probably can kiss me. Probably. And
that's a big dog.
He likes doing this thing of coming through your legs. So
so as if you are going to ride him.
Yeah. So it's really weird. So like Rowan,
You can sit down now.
I can I sit down? Sorry,
Why you stood up? It's a bit weird.
Well, I'm just
Yeah, no, I get it.
dog measurements.
I get it.
So, yeah, he comes through your legs and he just stays there. So he's like under your legs, like almost guarding you, looking up at the person that you're chatting to, type thing. It's quite like.
So was he doing it with your legs or their legs?
No, he did it with my legs. And Ryan was like, he does that. It's cool. He just likes going through legs.
And he's got a thing for going through legs.
Yeah, and he just sounds like, well, he's obviously seen me and thought, great set of pins on him.
I like this guy.
Get my head in amongst them. So that was quite cute. And then I spoke to my old girl, my mum, last night.
How's the old IT support going?
We've not. I had to bring that up last night. So she's been in Benidorm, right? Which for my mum is a weird holiday to go on. But I've got some like, I'm living vicariously through my mum at the moment because my mum will not sit still. She also said, I call my mum Grace Dogs, don't I? For a weird reason. But she was like, I find it odd that you call me mum on the podcast. She was like, I've listened to it, and she was like, the weirdest thing about it is you call me mum. You never call me mum. And I was like, but if I call you Grace Dogs, no one's going to know.
They'll just...
No one's going to know what the fuck I'm going on about. So, yeah. But so Grace Dogs has been to... she's been to Benidorm, right? And my mum goes on like... She doesn't sit still for 5 minutes, does she, my mum?
No.
She doesn't sit still.
Very... Always on the move.
Yeah, she's always on the burn, and she does. So I always take... Because she's done 10 London marathons, and she loves her running. And I always take the piss out of her for that. And because she always goes on about... oh, my runs or whatever. So, yeah, she is. And she did an ultra marathon like a couple of years ago, and she sent me the stats, and it was like she did 65 miles, and she was like top lady in her age group, third lady overall, and like 9th out of everyone or something. And I was just like, fuck, fair play. I can't abuse that one. Yeah. I can't abuse that one. But where am I going with this? So Benidorm, and she come back, she was chatting to me, and she was like, oh, Luke, I've had a nightmare. And this is where obviously I get it from. She was like, I've had a nightmare. I was like, what have you done? So she's gone away on holiday to Benidorm for a week with the Masons.
Yeah.
She's come back. So, okay, context. When I decided I was going to launch, we'll come back to my mum and our Benidorm holiday. We will circle back round. When I was going to launch my business, I was in Australia and my mum and Steve were visiting. I had this little PowerPoint presentation and I was like, I'm going to launch this company.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, yeah, let's do it. And do you know what? That's really nice because a lot of parents would maybe say, oh, are you sure? Like, good life in Australia. And them two were like, we'll build you an office in the bottom of the garden. I was like, I'm not going to need an office, right? And they were like, nah, we'll build you an office. Came back from Australia. It's good office, wasn't it? You've seen it. The shed.
Yeah.
So
shed quarters.
We called it shed quarters. So I had decent shed quarters at the bottom of the garden. And it actually was one of the best things ever. Like having that separation. We're going to talk today a little bit, aren't we, about time management.
Nicely. Yeah.
And one of the things for me is like, actually, I find that if you are in an environment where you can be focused, you're more efficient.
Yeah.
So the shed was perfect for me. But anyway, mum's moved into the shed with her business since I've vacated and left. And she was on the phone to me last night, and she was like, I come home from Benidorm and I've left the fan heater on in the shed for the whole week. £200 electricity bill. Your aces have been absolutely blitzed. She was like, tell Andy, I'm really sorry.
Oh, right.
She was like,
to be fair, I think I've got more for you, Grace Dogs. So
she was like, it was like the fucking Sahara Desert in there when I went in. Spitting feathers. She was like, all the pictures have warped, all her photos are wrecked, all the paper.
Well, good. It's like, good job that's not
Didn't
like
set
caught
on
on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. But my brother's missus had moved in to my mum and Steve's house to look after the cat for them while they were in Benidorm. And mum said April was like, Sam, I must be doing something wrong with the heating because the bill is through the roof. I don't know what I'm doing. So April was panicking that she had overspending on the heating because the meter reading was going, you're spending 40 quid a day. And she was like, I can't, what am I doing? Turns out that Knobhead had left the fan heater on in the shed.
Did she not raise that with Tracy and Steve and be like, what? what are we?
Formal complaint.
No, as in like to be like Grace Dogs. I'm really sorry, but at the moment I spend £40 a day. What the hell is it?
Yeah, obviously
Didn't say
not.
that
Because my mum went back in the shed and it was.
because then
She nearly.
might have I guess they might have racked their brain and be like, oh, what about the heater? Oh dear. Well, don't tell me Sam's graduation photo has been broken.
That could be. That could have.
No.
I don't.
No.
I'm gonna have to turn this off because this is flashing. It's either the battery or we got a loose connection. I'll try that again.
Disco mode.
Do you know? Yeah. It's flashing. It's going to do my head in. Yeah. So my brother, this is a good story. My mum was fuming at this actually. My brother never went to uni. Your sister did, didn't she?
Yeah.
And she graduated about 27 times. Was it 27? It must have been at least 4 or 5 graduations she had.
Was it not 2 or 3?
Nah, she had
3.
more.
3 then.
She definitely had. I had 2 and she had more than me.
It'd be 3. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's an architect, isn't she? And she had loads of graduations. Anyway, one of them your parents couldn't go to, so she had me, you, and my brother.
Yeah.
So the 3 of us went down there, watched her graduate, and then we decided that because my brother had never been to uni, we decided we'd dress him up in Becky's gown and robe, and we take a photo of him at Becky's graduation
with a rolled up bit of
the rolled up
the rolled up program.
It was the program, yeah. It was the program for Becky's one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we then proceeded to get that on a canvas. Do you know what? It looks like a really professional photo, doesn't it? It actually looks the nuts. But we proceeded to get that on a canvas for my mum for Christmas. So she ended up receiving this huge blown up photo of my brother graduating when he's never been to uni, as a joke. And she thought it was a crap Christmas present. And the funny thing is, right, when my mum tells a story, she's like, "It's all funny that they got me this joke present, but we got Steve a pair of noise cancelling Sony headphones that year, like proper business ones, and my mum got a fake blown up photo of Sam graduating." So she weren't chuffed that year, and that ended up in the shed. So
she was jealous of Steve's present.
She was jealous of Steve's.
Not a good trait, Grace Dogs.
Yes, jealousy's not good, mate. There's one thing that's come out of this week. So yeah, and she was also telling me because sorry, I'm just literally
go. And
guess what else my mum did?
Should we call this episode Grace Dogs?
Yeah. Well, what Luke's mum does, because Luke does fuck all with his life. She befriended my mum is very, very good at humbling you, and she's very good at befriending people.
Yeah.
So she made friends in Benidorm with a 42-year-old Welsh bloke.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and she was like, the bar staff couldn't understand him. So she said I was translating for him because I could hear what he was trying to say.
Translating.
So she was like, I was between him and the bar staff, like, oh, he wants a pina colada. That's what he wants. Because she was like, they genuinely had no clue what he was after. And she said she got chatting to him and he's 42. And she was like, he said, this is the first time I've been on holiday in 20 years.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was basically going on holiday with money because his mum had passed away and he got a bit of money and that could afford him to go on holiday. And when she's telling the story and you're just like, you forget how lucky you are. Yeah. When that guy's not been on holiday for 20 years.
Oh. No, I feel sad for him.
Yeah. So if you want to come on, we need a guest. Should we get him on?
What's his name?
Tracy's Welsh friend. I don't know. I'll ask next week.
Gavin.
What his name was?
Oh, Gavin. Gavin from Wales.
Gavin? Is it Gavin? Oh yeah, Gavin Estacey.
Well, yeah, but he's not from. Yeah, he's not.
He's from Billericay.
Oh, Dave. What's occurring?
He's from Billericay.
Yeah.
So yeah, met someone from my ends this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at one of the team. I went out to a team regional.
Oh yeah.
Really enjoyed that day.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Do you know what? Right, you go to these things and you think. So just for context, I went to we are partnered with a group called Team. They are a community of small recruitment businesses across the UK. They've got 500 in their community and they do regional meetings where they get people together for knowledge sharing and a keynotes talk and that kind of stuff. My phone's ringing. Oh, it's Nisa. I'll give her a shout back after. And I've lost train of thought. Oh, yes, I went to Team thing and there was a guy there who was from Benfleet. He lives in Leicestershire,
nice.
But yeah, when you got chatting and I was like, where you from? He sounded like he was from in and around where I was from. And he was like, I'm from Leicester, but originally from Essex. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm Southend-on-Sea. He was like, I'm Benfleet. I was like, well, technically, I'm also Benfleet. I was like, whereabouts? He was like, Kenshill Road. I was like, yeah, I know it very well. So, but that was good.
Nice.
Good day out.
Yeah, nice. You said, because we should talk about, I know we've been talking about team in the last few podcasts, but you came away from that and said, you told me a really good story.
Did I?
About what Andy said about how 2 recruiters met at the conference.
Oh, right. Yeah. So their team conference is coming up in April 4th, I'm going to say. You're playing golf now. I signed you up for that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever played golf before?
I have, yeah. It's been a while, but I'll is it a competition or?
I don't know.
Well,
See, look, competition coming straight back in. You'll be on Strava with your swing, getting your swing in on Strava.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. I'm excited for that. What's the golf course?
Again, don't have a clue.
Is it Troon or have I made that up?
You're asking the wrong person.
I think it is. I don't know.
Well, it's in. I would imagine that the golf course is going to be in the same place that.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called.
Where the venue is.
I'll look after this.
We need to get savvy. But you're playing golf on the Thursday.
Yep.
I'm walking on the Thursday. That sounds fun, actually.
What's it called?
The net walk.
Net walk. That's the one.
Instead of networking, you're
net walking.
Yeah, no flies on you. But the concept.
Whoever come up with that is well chuffed. I reckon.
Yeah, I've got.
I know. The net walk. Love it.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Andy who came out with it.
Love it.
But so the concept is you do a walk, and every 15 minutes you pull a name out the hat, and then you have to go and chat to that person for 15 minutes, and then you stop, and then you put another name, so that you are. I think they do it like Noah's Ark, 2 by 2. That'd
be funny. Just walking, being like, what the hell is coming towards us? It's like all these.
Oh, it's a net walk. Of course. If you see 15 people, I was going to say 15 people 2 by 2. It's on.
Every 15 minutes start changing. You're like, net walk. How far will you walk?
I think it's 6
miles.
I think it's 6. Yeah, I think it's 6 miles.
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. That way, mate. I'll Strava it while you're doing swingers.
Yeah. Golf.
Let's
not call it swingers.
We've had enough of that already today.
Swingers I think it's got another meaning.
Pampas grass. That's a thing, isn't it? Pampas grass?
I don't know.
I believe it's a thing. Look it up. That's your homework for next week. I think if someone's got pampas grass outside their house. It's supposed to sing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I do know what that is. I do know what pampas grass is. I couldn't think of what pampas grass is. Like long.
With the muff on the end.
The muff on the end. Yeah. I know.
And apparently, if that's outside your gaff, that means you're a swinger.
Or is it in the window?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I feel that's a bit unfortunate if it just happens to be growing outside your gaff, and it's like.
Especially if you bought one off a swinger.
Yeah.
You move in next week, you got some random couple.
These couples. I keep getting these random couples knocking on my door.
Complimenting the pampas grass.
That's funny.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the net walk.
Yeah, no, but what did we start? Oh, the story that Andy said. Yeah. I know where we are.
Oh, yeah.
At least one of us has got a handle on it. He basically said they were telling stories about all the recruiters that had been to the conference before were telling stories about who they'd met at the conference, and they were saying that obviously where team is like a community of recruiters that share jobs and collaborate together, actually meeting people at the bar is sometimes where you form the best relationships to then start a partnership with someone. So there was one lady there that spoke about meeting someone at the conference that she then split 100 grand's worth of fees with, which is pretty cool. And the story that you're talking about is that there was 2 ladies that met a team and they kind of got on and started to build a relationship. And then it was in COVID that one of them won a project that was going to be 100 different hires, and it ended up being 500 grand's worth of fees, and they split it between the 2. And she just rang her up because she'd met her at the conference and was like, I'm not going to be able to do this by myself. Do you want to help? And they ended up splitting 500 grand's worth of
meal each.
Yeah. Which is decent. And
you take it.
And Adam, who we mentioned at the start of the podcast,
yep,
has just become a member of team yesterday.
Nice.
So hopefully bump into him at some point. Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Anything work wise exciting happening for you this week?
No. Sorry. Really
That's
racking
all right.
my brain then. Nothing to shout about. Nothing to shout about. I've been fiddling around with Google Ads a lot this week.
Okay.
So
Any
doing
joy?
some research. Well, with Google Ads, it's like you kind of have to you make a change and then test it. It'll like see how it goes, monitor it.
Sure.
I feel like it takes a bit to warm up. But yeah, no, sorry, that was really not.
No, that's right. I've enjoyed getting out, and I think hopefully do it more. We've got next month. We got the expo.
End of this month, we've got another.
End of this month, we've got a team meeting. Then we've got the expo. Then we've got the conference. So we've got a few things lined up to get out and about. But what have you been changing with Google Ads out of interest?
Budget and like area of where we're advertising.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So just the base, the surface level stuff.
Yes, yeah.
I wonder because I think you can go quite deep with Google Ads in terms of like.
Yeah, I've done some micro things as well, but I actually can't tell you what they are. Not
right.
because I can't remember.
Okay. So
if I went on the portal, I'd be able to show you.
Yeah, we can take a look. Are you excited for your big birthday?
The big 3-0.
Yeah. This is the last podcast we'll do with you in your 20s, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be a changed man when you come back?
Oh,
in your
yeah,
30s?
be double mature.
Do you think it'll be like a different vibe?
Yeah. I come in and be like, morning. I don't know why.
The chemistry's just gone overnight.
Yeah. What chemistry?
Well, Adam's chemistry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've no idea what I'm doing for my birthday.
Nice.
I'm waking. I obviously like camping. I'm into my outdoor adventures.
You like outdoors, yeah.
Waking up in a tent on Monday morning. That's all I know. So I'm off Monday.
Nice.
That's about it. I'm with family on Saturday, I believe, evening. And then the week after, celebrating with some friends. So.
I'm looking forward to that.
You're coming. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the friends one because I like.
Be quite chilled.
There's some of your friends that I've not seen in ages that I like.
Yeah.
And it'd be good to catch up with them. So, I think you'll have a good 30th. I feel like Lucy's gonna spoil you. I feel like she's been scheming about this for months.
Oh, don't. Honestly,
you've got to make sure that you're really like grateful.
I've seen the presents and the wrapping, and there's the size of the bow.
You can't miss them.
The size of the bow on one of them. I don't know. It's a fancy bow.
It's bigger than your head.
I said you could have just wrapped it up in Tesco bags. I'd have been happy. You didn't need to. But yeah,
she's never going to do that though.
I hope when I open it, she's then wrapped it up in Tesco bags within them. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I think you'll get a lot, and I think you'll have a good. But I'm excited to hear where you end up Monday. Mystery.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, for camping? Or
yes, mate.
Oh right. Well, I know roughly. I think we're not going too far. We're going around Oxford.
Ah, right. Okay.
But I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, you can tell us. Well, maybe not tell us next week, but.
Because we've got Si coming next week.
We've got Si next week. I bumped into him.
Yep.
On Tuesday.
Nice.
That was nice.
What did he do? Is he going to the well, I'll ask him. Will he do the golf?
I don't know.
No,
you can ask him next week. Why do you want a little friend?
No, I want to know what my competition is.
Right, okay. Gotta like start figuring out handicaps.
Yeah.
Do you want me to ask Andy at team if he can send you all the handicaps in advance?
Yeah,
no, it was good to bump into him. He seems really busy as well. I mean, obviously, I guess he'll talk about it next week, but
yeah,
like he seemed. He actually, for a big portion of the networking, was out in the kitchen doing some stuff because I think he's got like a load of stuff happening, urgent stuff with clients and that.
Nice.
So, yeah, so that was good. That was good to bump into him, and that's everything I think. Yeah,
well, GiigAbyte.
Yeah,
what we've been calling him for the 1 week we've done it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm surprised we've hit week 2. I'm pleased. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, well, this time I can't remember what the title was that we were going to do. Was it?
Do you know what? I was thinking about it. I was thinking time management tools.
Time management tools?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, it doesn't have to be like if there are any tools, but I just thought like as a headline, time management tools brackets for recruiters. Why are you doing your Italian hand?
time management tools.
No, mamma mia, Maglioni.
Well, yeah. Where should we start? So, what do you want to talk around? How you implement it into your day to day, or like routine? What's important? There's loads of questions. Tools.
I'm not a very routine kind of guy.
You're the most routine-driven person ever, which always makes me laugh because you know how you kind of want to, you'd like to kind of take Giig on the move and work abroad and stuff like that. But then it's like, actually, but that's going to mess up your routine.
Yeah, it is. I've thought about that.
Yeah. So what will you do?
I don't know.
You don't need to answer that now, but it always makes me laugh. Like, I want to just go, and I'm like, but what's your routine?
But put it this way, I have looked at bags that you can get to move bikes around the world.
Nice. Well, you can always hire a bike as well.
Yeah, true.
Like the bike's not the issue. You could buy a bike and sell it.
What you're saying the issue is my fitness. Is that what you're...
No. To be fair, you could do your routine, but yeah, go on. What's your routine then?
Well, no, I was going to say to you, if you're confident that I'm that routine, do you know my routine?
What's your routine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it a go. So Luke,
and I'll then mark you out of 10 at the end.
So Luke's routine is he'll get up. I think his alarm's set for 5:30 or 6, but he normally wakes up before his alarm at say 5:30. Are you gonna like say yes or no as I do it, or
it's up to you? I mean, so far I would say correct.
Nice. Then he will. First thing he does is he'll make himself a black coffee.
That's correct.
And then he'll faff a little bit. He might look at some work. Then he'll get himself to the gym.
Correct.
He'll
exercise of sorts.
Yeah, exercise. He'll go do that. He'll then come back.
Yeah.
I think you shower straight away.
Incorrect. Routine has changed.
Oh, the routine has changed.
Yeah, and I can explain.
Take your vitamins or something.
I can explain why the
ice bath.
Yes, correct.
I forgot about the new ice bath.
Right, okay.
Ice bath, then shower. Then I think you don't go for breakfast yet. Then you meditate.
Correct.
And then you have breakfast.
And what is breakfast?
Breakfast at the moment is 4 poached eggs on toast with some spinach.
Yeah, and there's one missing. You've missed one ingredient.
So is it green?
It is green. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's it called? What's long sticky green thing?
Long sticky green.
Yeah.
Thing?
What's it?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm obviously not the right thing.
What, you're thinking asparagus?
Asparagus.
Nah, it's not asparagus.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Long sticky green.
I can smell it. Oh no. I couldn't think of it.
Can I have a side of long sticky green?
You know the green
thing
that's long and sticky?
Makes your wee smell.
Yeah.
Look at that. No, it is green, but it's not long and sticky.
Anyway, what is it? I don't know.
Avocado.
Avocado, right, okay.
Yeah, avocado.
Round and mushy.
Yeah, so then does my routine stop? So actually, I would say you're pretty much on the nose.
Yeah, that's like your morning routine. And then, I'd say that's more the kind of like the religious routine.
Yeah.
Everything else, I think, varies a bit. You've also got an evening routine as well.
Do I?
Of like, your little like sleep tea.
I do like sleep tea. Yeah. Do you know what time that kicks in?
8.
Yeah, bang on. With the GiigAbytes, they're supposed to be like value adding for other people. So far, all we've done is laughed at me.
Sorry, let's go into the
But the routine is good, I think, because I think it creates efficiencies, time efficiencies.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in like getting out before work, as in exercising.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because I think it just gets you out and moving.
Okay.
And like starts your day well.
Yeah.
And also because there's like the stuff where it's hard as a small business, but like they say like not to look at your phone for like the first hour or 2 hours of the day.
Yeah.
Is massive. So if you get up at 6 and then don't look at your phone till 8 and you can exercise in between, then I think I'm saying that I don't do that at the moment.
You don't.
I'll look up.
You do the exercise, but you look at your phone.
Yeah.
I think the problem we have is we have the support chat. Yeah. And I always want to see, have we missed anything while we've been asleep?
Yeah.
Because we have obviously Australia and America that are on there.
Of course.
When we're asleep. So I think that is the issue. But you're right. I think getting outside, right? There's something to do with the fresh air, the natural light, like that type of thing that I think is really beneficial. And for me, I like to exercise. I think, especially the way I think about it is if you're going to run a business and be a business owner, especially if it's you or you're in a small business, if you're not firing on all cylinders in terms of your health, then the business suffers.
Yeah.
So you've got to put the time into health and fitness and longevity. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
And I like getting out in the morning because then it scratches that itch. Because if I'm sat at my desk, and I scratched the back of my head as I said that, if I'm sat at my desk and I'm like, I need to get out later because I've not exercised today, that bugs me. So I like to get it done and then move on with my day. But I think there's also that but we said endorphins at the start. I think there's that level of like endorphins. There's a sense of achievement. If you're feeling like you're in a strong, fit, healthy body, I think it impacts your mind. So I definitely think, like, if we talk about time management, I think having a routine, for me personally, people take the piss out of it, and I'm probably a little bit extreme, as you've so elegantly demonstrated.
Yeah, it is on the extreme, but I do think it's good. Yeah, I do think it's like massive just to get out and moving, and yeah.
And I think we can do a whole piece, like we should definitely push into time management because that's what we're focusing on. But there's a whole piece around mental health that I think this taps into as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
but yeah, time management in like a.
So we're at our desk now.
You're at your desk.
Yeah. Where do you go from here?
Well, I'm a guy that likes a list.
Okay.
I like a list, and weirdly, I actually like writing down. I actually like writing my list.
Physically writing.
Just having like so how I work is blocking and lists.
Interesting.
So I'll block a bit of my diary out and then I'll have a list. That tends to be but I'm very aware that I'm very bad at flittering, or whatever you want to call it. Like I can quite easily flitter between tasks.
Interesting.
Especially now with the support chats.
Yeah.
I'm so bad when I break my flow. I notice it, like I'm flittering between tasks, and then it's like, actually, you're better off doing one task properly. But a bit of it's need must, but sometimes,
Yeah, because I think there's some research out there that says it takes about 13 to 17 minutes to get your focus back.
Really interesting.
So if you do that thing where you're focused in on a task and then you focus elsewhere to come back into that task at a level of focus that's like, what do they call it? Flow state. When you're really engrossed in a task and you're just solely in on that, it takes you about 13 to 17 minutes. So I think I was thinking about a similar thing this morning to that, of exactly the same thing. Like when you're working, if you want to manage your time efficiently as a small business, you've got to try not to get distracted. Like efficiency is fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like every second counts, every second counts, every day counts. And when it's only you and there's no one else pulling the sled, you've got to like try to be as focused as you can. And the thing I was thinking about was like with what I get like at the moment is WhatsApp chats.
Yeah.
So I'm in like a team WhatsApp chat. Yeah. I'm in a growth recruitment agency one. I'm in like the curry club one, and they go off all the time.
Right. Okay.
And I think what I was thinking about is if you are a solo recruiter and you're in those chats, they're good because there's collaboration. There's knowledge
the network piece. Yeah.
But I think you've got to try and block it out for a period of time.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're like, okay, this hour, because I like your thing of like, I'm going to time block and I'm going to have a list. And then in this hour, I'm going to achieve X. You need to put that. You just have to put that WhatsApp away.
Yeah. The other thing is it. I'm going to butcher this. Is it Pareto? Is it Pareto?
You've got
theory?
this, mate. I believe in you.
What is it?
Oh, you're talking about Pomeradro or whatever it's called.
No.
When you do 25 minutes and
no.
Okay.
No.
Both of us were just like dribbling.
What is it? Is it the Pareto?
We've got this between us.
Pareto.
We've only got Pedro Neto plays for Chelsea.
The 80-20 rule, basically. So you spend fucking hell, hang on a minute.
We can have a little break. We can have a little research break if you want. The thing, or I'll waffle. The thing I thought you were going to talk about is like the Pomodoro technique.
Got it. So Pareto, Pareto principle. Focus on 20% of tasks that yield 80% of results.
That's interesting. Okay, I never heard of this.
So you
before.
write down your list of 10.
Yeah.
And you focus on 2 of them might be 2 of those might be 80. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do you know where that's relatable for recruiters? Business development.
Okay.
Because I think that a lot of small business, the hardest part of being, I would say, majority of people, the bit they dislike the most about being a solo recruiter is finding the jobs. It's winning the business.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So it's like, okay, I know I need to do business development. And when you're a solo recruiter, it's so easy to get distracted.
Yep.
And that's one of the things with time management that you're saying there, that task of BD, whether it's the picking up the phones or the targeted outreach, however you're doing it, because I do think it has to be targeted rather than automated. It's you've got to be disciplined in that. I was speaking to a recruiter a little while back, and they were like, "Oh, I'm going to do BD today, and I've ended up hoovering and tidying my room and just being distracted by everything that isn't BD because that's the problem."
Yeah.
And that's such a that's a big hurdle for people to overcome that solo freelancers, I think.
Yeah, I would say that I can, on a day-to-day basis, chase the shiny object.
Okay. Yeah, we're bad for that as a business as well.
Yeah, because it's actually, this would benefit us more as a business, but actually, you still need to get the boring stuff done.
Yeah.
I'd say, I'm bad for that. The other time management theory that I was taught a long time ago was the Eisenhower matrix, which is
coming out with all the big theories today.
Yeah, do you know what?
I don't know this one either.
I used to get trained. I used to jump on training courses in my old role, so we used to go through. Obviously,
is that a dig?
Yeah, no, it's not a dig. Categorize tasks by urgency and importance. Focus on urgent and important tasks first, which I think that's just common sense.
Yeah,
really,
it is common sense. But the thing is, it's easy to disregard because you do the stuff you want to do. You go, I know the business, if we go back to the business development, I know the business development piece is really important, but there's this I'm going to comment on someone's post or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that because that's easier. And you put off the thing that you said there. The
other one was, racking my brain, was it was the ABCD model or something.
I don't know this one either.
Literally, you write ABCD next to your task. It's like ordering them. So I don't.
Okay.
But it was a known one.
Did you get to the Pomodoro technique? That's in there.
No, I don't know. I've just jotted down some of the ones I know. I've never heard of the Pomodoro.
Yeah, that one's time blocking into 25 minutes with a 5-minute break. So you have a 25 minutes of uber focus.
Yeah.
And then you have a 5 minutes of having a quick drink, checking the WhatsApp.
And then back in again.
And then you're back in again.
Yeah.
And I've got the sand timer at home.
Yeah.
For 3 reasons that I've got the sand timer, but one of the things that's good with that for me is that when the sand timer runs out, it's about 55 minutes.
Nice.
It's okay, drink some water, stand up.
Maybe I'll drink water.
Yeah. Recalibrate, go again. So I think that is really good. So far, what have we just as a little recap there? What have we covered? Time blocking.
We've done prioritization.
Yeah.
With the different techniques you could use.
Yeah.
We mentioned lists, which you can break down, I guess, monthly, weekly, daily, and I guess general.
That's what we do now, isn't it?
Yeah, general calendar management.
Right.
Calendar management. We're talking about blocking. Maybe on a Sunday evening, you go, "This is my week. Where do I do what? This is what I've got to do. What do I do when?"
I've started doing that with demos.
What do you mean?
Trying to block them with people.
Oh,
because,
so you're blocking? Yeah. So what? You're blocking out your diary so they can only book in at certain points, or
trying to just move them all together. Yeah. So that like if I'm doing demos, it's like I've got 3 or 4 demos in a day. They're like
Do 'em
back
all in
to
them.
back,
Yeah,
rather
okay.
than like okay, I've got one at 9, I've got one at 11, I've got one at, and they're just like keep like catching you out.
Yeah. And then we've not really touched on actual tools.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we can talk about some tools.
you could categorize this in 2. So you've got like time management tools itself,
Yeah.
and then you've got like task management tools.
Okay.
So a task management tool would be something like we used Asana for a bit.
Yeah.
We now use Shortcut.
Yeah.
Any others you can think of?
Well, there is some. I actually think the thing is, just while we're on that, Giig will become that task management tool.
Oh yeah, of course.
So for recruiters, like one of the features we're going to build at the start of this year, because you talk about Shortcut, because I was thinking about Shortcut and Asana and that. Obviously, we use that for software development because it's very software related, right? Like you break it down into epics and sprints, and it's all like software focused. Whereas for recruiters, it's like I don't know how relevant that really. You want your CRM to be that tool, and we don't tick that box quite yet, but we will. Once we've finished what we're doing now, we're moving on to customization and then tasks and reminders. So we're going to have a tool for recruiters, which I think comes into this task management, and we can circle back round to it when we launch it. That will be like they can set up. It will actually they'll be able to put reminders into Giig. I need to do this. I need to do that, and then Giig will turn that into a to-do list so that every day they're coming to the platform and they're like, these are the things you need to do.
Nice.
But there are tools out there.
Reminders, and then we were going to.
There's some
potentially do goal setting as well in GiigAbyte.
Yeah, so goal setting will come later, but goal setting will feed into tasks and reminders in the sense that the way I'm looking at it is if you say, hey, this is my goal, that financially I want to make X this year, that the platform will then go, okay, you need to make this per month.
Yeah, and you're this percentage through.
And if we then get clever with like tracking activity, it could then say, right, okay, based on we know you need to make 20 calls to pick up one job.
Nice.
So you need to do X amount of calls this week to get the jobs that you need, because we know that you feel out of 3 jobs, you'll fill 1. That will give you the average fee of this. That will help you. So we can actually like get really granular, which I'm excited about. But that requires people to use the platform to make that happen.
Yeah, nice.
But in task management tools, 2 I was going to say Trello. I like. And Trello is basically like a drag and drop.
Free as well.
It's free.
Yeah.
So definitely if you want to create like a to-do list and kind of you can have different columns there. It's like, these are my list of things to do this week. And then you can have another column, which is like things that I've started and then things that I've completed. And you can just drag the tickets along. And then Miro, Miro, is another one that I use, which is one. The reason I like it is because it's like sticky notes. You create digital sticky notes, and they look like little stickies, and you can write stuff on them. And I find that really useful for my content creation. So if ever I've got an idea, I just create a sticky on my Miro board, and then I drag that sticky into, okay, I'm going to do that this week. And then I've got different coloured stickies for different social media channels. Nice. So like YouTube is a red sticky, TikTok is a green sticky, Facebook is a purple sticky.
Nice.
LinkedIn blue, company page light blue. And you just drag them around. And again, Miro is free. And you can do 3 boards on Miro for free before you have to upgrade.
Yeah, nice.
They're 2 little time management tools that I think are really useful.
Yeah. So I would categorize that as more of like a task management.
Okay, what did I call it?
Time.
Okay.
But in time management tool, I don't use anything at the moment. I guess your Sand Timer.
My Sand Timer is one.
But in terms of like a software, I was having a little look around. There's platforms like ClickUp and Todoist, which will like track time spent on a specific task.
Interesting.
So it's, I guess, more granular.
So that will actually actually give you feedback on how long.
Yeah.
There's a tool I've seen called Hubstaff recently. I've sent that to you, haven't I? And that's about like managing remote staff. I don't know. I don't
think I've looked at it.
It seems a bit creepy. Well, I say it seems a bit creepy.
Oh yeah, no, I do know what you.
As soon as I say the word creepy, it's obviously ping something in your brain.
It's a bit. It's very micromanaging.
It will literally track every click, every button click, every cursor swipe.
Yeah.
Like the job lot. I wonder if you could put it on your own.
Probably, yeah.
system to be like,
this is how, and then
I
it'll
might
probably
try
spit
it.
that into like a graph and be like, this is what I've done. Yeah. You could be like, actually, this week compared to last week, I'm down by clicks.
Wow. Yeah, I'll be disappointed when the report comes through and it's like you spent 20 minutes watching Freddie Mercury clips.
Yeah.
Ew.
Very good. Yeah, so I actually think, and then it kind of comes back to like the lists and categorizing things, but like work smarter. So batch similar tasks.
Okay.
So I've actually broken it down into 5 pillars, if you want.
Oh, I love a pillar. Hit me.
The 5 pillars are prioritize.
Yeah.
So that's using the different methods of prioritization,
Yeah.
like the Pareto theory and etc.
There's a lot of P's going on today.
Bloody hell. Lists.
Right. Sorry, what was the first one?
Sorry, prioritize.
Yeah.
Lists.
Yeah.
And like calendar management.
Yeah.
Tools. Work smarter.
Yeah.
Routine.
Oh, nice. They're all in there.
All right, I'll jot down a couple of questions, actually.
That's cool.
A couple of questions for you to finish off. What have you tried that hasn't worked?
Oh, how long you got? Crystals. I used to shove crystals in my ears. Good question. What have I tried that hasn't worked? Freestyling it. Yeah, just like not having any plan.
Yeah, okay.
I've done that because that's so easy to do. Like, especially when I was younger, right? Like, it was almost rebelling against the man in the sense that, like, I used to work in an agency where it was like, this is a strict day plan, and I had someone every day that I had to tell my day plan to. So I don't need that day plan, and I was like, actually, I do. So probably actually having no. I know it's really weird to say, but having no structure, probably does me no good. What else have I tried that hasn't worked? I think for me, environment doesn't work. Like,
interesting.
Like what I was saying about so this is coming back to the shed.
Yeah.
So the shed was, even though it's just the walk to the end of the garden,
having your own
space.
It's
called priming your environment.
Priming your environment.
I think I got it from a book called Atomic Habits by...
Oh, I've read that.
You read it or you listened to it?
Listen to it.
Caught ya. Don't try and act like you're bigger than you are. Who's it by? Atomic Habits.
I've actually put that on my goals this year is to actually read some books.
Yeah, where you starting, Mr. Men? Just work your way up.
No, I was actually thinking I might start with Simon Squibb's new book.
Oh yeah, nice. I was going to say
Dream.
Biff, Chip, and Kipper. Do you remember them? Did you have them at school? Biff, Chip, and
rings a bell. Yeah.
So sorry, Simon
Squibb.
Your dream one. Oh, let me know how you get on. Do you know what? I was really good at reading, but reading's fallen out my routine, and I need to get back into. I need to get into it. But Atomic Habits it's really going to bug me. There'll probably be someone that's listening like, this it is. I think in there he says about priming your environment. So it's kind of like, if you want to exercise, go to
Alexa. Who wrote Atomic Habits?
Good morning, Andy. Atomic Habits was written by James Clear.
They are.
Cheers, Alexa. We should get Alexa in the pod more. We should 100%. Like, for the value adding content.
Yeah.
And now over to Alexa.
We're going to sit here and be like, yeah. I'll tell you what, we could put it like behind Giig, the Giig logo.
What, Alexa? And
we
could be.
Wonder if you can change the name to be
change
like
the name of
Giig.
Alexa to Giig Slab.
Hey,
G Slab. But in James Clear's book, he talks about priming your environment, and that's kind of like, go to the gym to exercise, because, like, when you walk into that environment, this is what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
Same thing with the shed at the bottom of the garden. Walk to the bottom of the garden. This is what I'm here to do. They used to take the piss out of me, like, be careful on your commute today. I was like, don't worry.
Nice.
Used to waddle down there.
I was going to ask if you could give one bit of advice. What would you give?
Well, there we go.
But you've answered it.
Priming your environment, I think, is key.
Your environment.
For me as well, where you talk about chase the shiny thing, for me, I like a minimal setup. So, like, my desk is very minimal. There's no clutter. There's no
distractions.
I've got my sand timer. I got, like...
He's got his little laptop and his sand timer.
My laptop and my David Goggins book over there. And that's it. So, Well done, mate.
Happy days.
Congratulations. And fucking MVP of the podcast.
Yeah.
Alexa. Very good.
Nice work. See you next week.
Quite sure how to help you with that.
Didn't go up jumps there.
I
Your
hope the
boss
microphone
at Recruitment and you're going alone. You've got your LinkedIn account and your mobile phone. You've got the candidates playing hard to get. We'll call you next week, or no, not yet. So much time of going to and fro. You got another offer, or salary's too low. Hours or searching and hours of stress. Come on, candidates, just gig it a rest. Come on, candidates, just gig it a rest.